Hello and welcome to Coco for Disney. I'm so happy you're here. We have a collab today. We have the Melick Adventures collab. This is Danielle and Ben Melick over at Melick Adventures. So every second Tuesday and every fourth Thursday, they hold a collab and they list what the collab will be, and you can choose to either be in the collab or not. For the month of October, I chose to be in both of them because they had to do with Halloween. So you've already seen that first collab that happened the second Tuesday of the month. And now we are at the fourth Thursday in the month, and the collab is Share Your Halloween Collection. So first off, I want to thank Ben and Danielle for inviting me to do this collab. I just enjoy it so much. It's such, you give the freedom for creativity and what you want to use, if you want to be involved, if you don't. It's such a great collab to be a part of. And again, 2 collabs a month, and again, being able to choose which ones you want to do, fabulous. I wanted to do this one because what I wanted to share with you as far as my Halloween collection went today, if you don't mind, is the Jim Shores collection. Now, I do have quite a few villains, but I'm not going to include the villains in this. I'm just going to include the specific Halloween Jim Shores, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull each one of the Jim Shores down or grab them from the other room and bring them in, and I'll show them to you close up. I think showing them close up on the camera, you get all the detail that Jim Shore puts into these. Rather than me showing you on the camera straight up like this, the glare doesn't give you the color and give you the details of each piece. So let's get started, all right?
The first one right out of the bat, I'm going to show you my very favorite Halloween Jim Shore. Can you tell by her gown? And this is Maleficent. This one is called The Candy Curse. And as you can tell, you see why I love this piece. I love it because look at her horns. They're made of candy corn. They're made to look like candy corn. And then of course you have her staff, and instead of the globe, it is the little pumpkin. And her face. Oh, he's done such a good job with her face. And then he has done the Halloween colors on the outside of her robe. Just so beautiful. The fall colors on her. As you go around, you see all the carvings in her cape, and then you come to the back, and once again, there are those Halloween colors that are carved into the back of her cape above her collar of her gown. Again, this is my very favorite Halloween piece. Of course, yeah, because it's a Maleficent. Get her around there. I do keep my tags on for Jim Shore, so sorry about that. But he, even in the crevice where her cape, her sleeve is, the crevices, and again, the hands. I always have to point out the hands. But I just love this piece. I think it's perfect. I love the name of it, The Candy Curse, and that it is Maleficent is just so special to me. So I did tell you that I wasn't going to be including the villains, and I'm not. The villains that I am including are specific Halloween villains that Jim Shore has done. This one is probably the most delicate piece I own. This one is DrFacilier. And if you can see, he's got his skull with his candy. He's using it as a Halloween treat basket. Look at that ominous face on him. His hat, this little feather, look at that. Very delicate. His pinky standing out, holding that candy bag. And then look how thin his legs are. I mean, so thin. And then you have that staff. His arms are very thin and long. Just a very delicate piece. I'm always very careful with this piece. This piece is called the Shadow Man can. Even the bottom of that is purple. But look at the bottom here. You've got the little skulls. I love this when he does the flooring in the black and white. Look at his shoes. His spats are over his shoes. You have the Jim Shore designs. That face again. His necklace is on. Sorry, I'm having to turn this manually. Just look how thin those little legs are. He is a very delicate piece, so I've always had to be very careful with him. The top of his hat has the Jim Shore markings. His tails. The back has the markings of Jim Shore. The only thing that's different is in the front you do have the skulls. Just a very cool. So this next piece, yet another favorite for Halloween, and I love it. It's a two-piece, and you've seen it in the background this year a little bit, and it is the Headless Horseman. This piece is pretty amazing. This particular piece right here, look at that horse. I mean, his eyes are just the red of his mouth. And then you have the sword of the Headless Horseman. Look at his cape flying in the wind. That horse just is rearing up beautifully out of the headstone, out of the grave. Again, on the bottom, your Jim Shore markings. But look at the detail. I mean, all the sharp edges, all the foldings that he does in so many of his carvings is just so beautiful. And then look at that pumpkin head. Oh, just an amazing piece. Now, this is a two-piece Jim Shore. So the second piece that comes with that is cute little Ichabod on his horse, on his steady steed. Oh, look at the horse's teeth. I mean, more cartoonish, but look at the nose. Look at the nose on Ichabod and the ears, the hat. And then, of course, his tails are flying in the wind as well. The Jim Shore markings on the base as well. This piece that it comes together as two is just so amazing. I was so glad it came as two, because I wouldn't have, you can't choose. I mean, this is the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Just so cute. By the way, if you haven't seen, there is a channel that has gone to Sleepy Hollow, the town of Sleepy Hollow, and has a vlog going on it right now. You're going to want to check Juan at Up With the Sun. It's YT Up With the Sun, and he has taken a trip to Sleepy Hollow, the actual Sleepy Hollow outside New York City. Just a pretty piece, iconic piece. Now, this next piece kind of follows in with that same atmosphere. This is the Madame Leota piece. This piece, let's see. Gotta be very careful lifting this piece up. There's so many. This piece is called Madame Leota. This piece has so much detail. Now, this was a park exclusive. I happened to be visiting Disney World at the time that this came out. But I mean, the piece, I mean, just look at all the markings on the carpet, on the table. Look at these, all the etchings in it. The tablecloth, the book on the table, the candlesticks on the table. There's Madame Leota. She is in a resin. Just look at those details, and even in the chair with the raven over the top of it, look at the markings in that chair. This piece I really like. I like it, number one, because I'd gotten it at Disney when I went to visit. So I always love it when I can get a piece at the parks. But just a beautiful, gorgeous piece. Look at that crow. Look at his wings. Just an amazing, amazing piece. And of course, this is from the Haunted Mansion ride. Another fun piece to have, and you've seen this in my background for this Halloween. So the next three pieces I'm going to show you are from a particular character. I did not collect this character, but this beginning piece is what started me off. Could not pass this piece up. And the character is, of course, Stitch. Now look at that piece. How can you resist this piece? I don't know if it's because he's blue and that orange just makes the orange just makes the blue and the pink pop. But he is cute coming out of that pumpkin. Look at his hands as he's leaning in from the pumpkin. Again, your Jim Shore etchings all over, both on the top and on the bottom. Look at that. This pumpkin is this is probably my favorite Jim Shore pumpkin so far. And again, I was not a Stitch fan, but after this piece and after having a couple of good friends who are Stitch fans, I am liking him. I really haven't watched the movie all the way through either, and I still, it's his coloring. It's just his coloring, his big eyes, just a cutie. And look at that, just beautiful. Now this piece is called Stitch-O-Lantern. He's so cute. The next piece that I had to pick up is even more colorful. And that is Stitch in his Halloween costume as a little devil. Again, the blue and the red just make the whole thing pop. Again, I love color, love a lot of color. Most of the reason I love Disney. But look at the bottom. You have that pumpkin. Just a cutie. His little horns. I mean, Jim Shore, all these pieces, the ears that stand out, all these pieces that are so delicate. The Jim Shore markings on the little red devil suit. As you go around, the base is still there. There's his tail, a little fork in it. Oh, this is just another adorable piece. Again, I'm not the best Stitch fan, but there's pieces like this that Jim Shore does when you just want to own every Jim Shore there is. But he is a cute Halloween character. Perfect to have at Halloween. So here is the next piece that came out. Yep, Stitch in costume. Again, he is a pirate, and Jim Shore hit two birds with one stone with this. This can also be depicted as a Pirates of the Caribbean piece, somewhat. Look at his little teeth. Look at those little tiny teeth. Look at his belt that comes, his belt sash that comes across. The pumpkin once again. His ears. I think Jim Shore does a great job with these pieces of Stitch because of the ears. And look at the pink, how he kind of mutes that from deep into the light. The little sash around his hat. There's his little tail. Oh. And there's that sword, a little wooden sword. Just another cute piece. So there's one piece that I'm missing from the Stitch series, and he is dressed as a vampire. I don't know if there's any other pieces, you guys let me know, but those are the three pieces I have of Stitch. So the next piece I have is the character that comes in many forms for Halloween, both he and his girlfriend. And that is Frankenstein Mickey. I love this piece. There's been so many things over the years that has come out. I believe I have a glow-in-the-dark Halloween Mickey Frankenstein bag, but there is also one that I'll mention later. But this is Mickey. It has Frankenstein. He has the big boots. Look at his trim on his base. The floor is just a terracotta. Look at his hands. I always love the way Jim Shore does Mickey. He always has the little fleur-de-lis on him, and then his ears, for the most part, are always decorated. He did the hair around him a little extra thick for a Frankenstein look. Now, the thing that's always delicate about a Mickey or a Minnie is that nose. I've had one that's come with the nose off before. Look at the little Frankenstein bolts in the ear. Now, there is no drawing on the bottom of the base all the way around, just on the front. Look at his hands. But that is Mickey Frankenstein. Let's see what this one is called. Reanimated character. So Mickey also comes with his matching bride. There's also a bag. So while there is the Mickey Frankenstein bag alone, let's see if I can. He's right up there. The cutest one that I've ever seen is actually the one that's a 2-pocket with Mickey as Frankenstein and Minnie as the bride. Just a cute couple set. So here's my last and final piece of Jim Shore's. This is called the Tower of Fright. Now, I only take this one out at Halloween, simply because I dread something happening to it. This is called the Tower of Fright. This was a Jim Shore that he did quite some time ago. I don't even remember when I picked this up. I do know that I don't believe that I got it at the parks, although I could have. I don't remember where or when I got this piece. All I know is at the time I was very heavy into the villains, still am. And this piece is just amazing. Number one, it is a light up and sound piece. If you see the front of that building, it's like a face, and it does light up, as well as the windows. Those all light up. There is a lot of Jim Shore detail in this one, I'll tell ya. I mean, look at the rocks at the bottom. He makes it look craggy and dangerous and ominous. And there's your windows. Look at the little pumpkin light there. I mean, the back of this. There's Maleficent. There's her tail. But I love the windows and the walls because they look like haunted faces. And so do the towers. The towers look like they're just scary towers. I'll go into some detail with this here. So you have, down here, you have the skulls that start the bottom and the base, but look at the thorns all around the bottom. There's Maleficent's thorns. Starts out with the purple base, then it goes into the little skulls and the rocks for the walkway. This is one of the Jim Shores that has TikTok in it. And I love TikTok. Then you have Shere Khan from Jungle Book. You have Scar from Lion King. So I believe this piece came out after, I think, the last movie was Hades, I think. Because Hades is in this piece. You have the Eagle Queen with her magic mirror. Now see these tentacles right here. Who do you think those belong to? Yes, none other than Maleficent. And again, he has his markings going up off of her. She is done fabulous in this piece. She is done really well. Even inside the curve of her tentacles had that purple. There you have Jafar. And again, he's done quite well too, because again, you had this little itty bitty beard, and you have Iago on his shoulder. Look at these tiny little hands. And there you have Captain Hook with his hook and his hat. There's Cruella. She looks a little bit different in this one, but still stands out as Cruella. And see the faces on those towers? Isn't that cool? And then there you have Hades. So that's why I'm thinking Hades was the last, I think the latest movie that won this tower. So not all the villains made it. And there, of course, you have the beautiful Maleficent as the dragon right up there. She towers over it all. I love the roofing on the towers, but look at each one of them has a face. Even this one in the back. This one, that one has kind of a scary teethy face. Well, there he goes. I made him move. This one back here. The windows. So this is probably, I still like Maleficent as the Candy Curse, but this is a very special piece. I had no idea what I was getting when I got it, but apparently a lot of people like this. I get a lot of compliments on it, and I do love it. I do love it. So very fun piece. That it lights up and that it talks to, you know, makes the sound when you move. I think he's done it a little bit too much. I think when I almost dropped Jafar, he went off very ominously. But again, this is probably, that's why I'm showing him last, because it is a popular piece that people always tend to like when I show it. So I will show you my villain pens, some of them. These were Halloween specific for me as well. With the kids last year, we did the villains puzzle, which has Captain Hook, the Queen of Hearts, Ursula, Maleficent, Cruella, and the Evil Queen. And then these were the potion jars that that came out that same year. So those are the pens. That's part of the collection I have, along with a few other things.
Here, Ben and Danielle, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this collab. I just have so much fun with it. And you guys, make sure you're checking out all the participating channels that are listed in the description below. As you've come to know with the Melick Adventures collab, there are a lot of creative people out there and so many things to look at. It was kind of fun because we were on a roll with the Disney movies and then Halloween hit, and so they changed up the collab a little bit, and it is about Halloween. So make sure you're checking out those participating channels because they've got a lot of creativity and inspiration to share. Believe me. So make sure you're checking them out. Again, I just thank you for being here, for supporting my channel, all the other channels. We appreciate it so much and hope you're having a very happy, spooky season. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good day, good week, and as they say in the parks, have a magical day, okay? Thank you.